Good afternoon. This is me, Tommy, from Market Watch FX. You can actually go ahead and catch me on Instagram at underscore FUXLY and on Facebook, Tommy Mullings. And today we're actually going to go and look about how I personally feel about the Forex market. What to expect in this video, my honest review about the Forex market, uh, brief story time, three types of analysis, the best analysis type in my preference, demo accounts, and on top of that, a comparison between the state broker and the offshore broker. So, in my opinion, my honest review about Forex is based on the lessons learned when going through my journey. So, I did about 3 years in the Forex market. Like, I personally joined IML at the very beginning, and I think I got out of it because the next month later they did like buy a membership for $1 for 2 weeks. So I was like, I could have tried this, and if I didn't like it, I would have had been able to get out of it. But because I invested some money, I kind of said, hey, I'm young, I might as well learn the concept. So therefore, these are some of the things I did learn when actually pushing to do Forex, and I wish I learned it earlier, but now I'm kind of just getting, a lot of the things that I should have learned and actually putting them into practice. So the first thing that I learned was you either do or don't. Never try, because at the end of the day, you may want to be a Forex trader, and you may want to do a lot of things, but are you really going to do them? Or are you just always never not going to do something? Because in life, if you really needed to breathe, you're going to breathe. If you really needed to go and get something to eat, I bet damn well you're going to go ahead and eat out of the trash can. You're going to find a way to get things done. So therefore, if you're really not a successful trader, if you're really not doing good in marketing or whatever you're trying to do in life, it's because you're not doing it. You're just trying it, or you're not even wanting to do it. It's not what you really want to do. So you need to focus on this. This needs to be your passion for it to work. Second, the next lesson I learned was if you have an idea, share it, or the idea stays in your noggin. In my opinion, this happened to me on multiple occasions in my life because I'm a very analytical person. I'm very process oriented, and I still work for corporate, so there have been times where I had a lot of ideas, but I just have the weakness of not sharing it with the right people. So therefore, it always dies in the mind, and then it relives in someone else's mind, and I never get the fame that I really need because I wasn't strong enough to share it, or I wasn't strong enough to put action behind it. So at the end of the day, you need to put action into your trades. If you say you want to be a trader, it's hard work. It's 10,000 hours. It's at least a month worth of practice to get average or mediocre at something. So therefore, you need to put in that time in the charts. You need to go and network with the right people, and honestly, create a system. So therefore, you're winning instead of losing. The third lesson that I actually learned was you can actually get rich overnight, but it depends on what night. So therefore, in my opinion, a lot of people say, fuck the wins, fuck the losses, just take the trade and keep on moving. But in my opinion, you can win a lot, you can lose a lot, but there's a time in your trading career where everything starts clicking, and then you just become really good, and you can teach others, and others can teach you, and you can reciprocate, and you can learn the language. Because at the end of the day, to me, Forex is like a language. Like, you can't find this anywhere else. If you show someone the same chart, they won't even know what you're talking about. So therefore, when you dive into this topic, it's a straight up language. And just like a language, you're going to be practicing, 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 and getting that experience. And then one day you're just going to know how to do it, and it's going to be second nature. And that's what I meant about being rich overnight. Because if you have the skill, then you can get rich overnight. There's a lot of ways to get rich. Next, practice everything and then focus on your strengths and avoid the weaknesses. So there's no magic system in Forex at all. A lot of people think that there is a magic system. They think that they have to join this group because they know something. They got to join this group because they know something. It's all the same thing at the end of the day. It's all the same bullshit. Like same charts, same ideas, same technical analysis, but it's how you use it and why you use it and where you use it that makes the difference. So therefore, what you need to do is just learn everything. Just learn everything so therefore you can have an intelligent conversation with someone and see why they decided to take a sell or a buy. And then focus on your strengths. If you're really good at moving averages, focus on moving averages on higher time frames. If you're really good at scalping, focus at scalping. But at the end of the day, you need to find your strength. And that's what I mean by focusing on your strengths and avoiding the weaknesses. After that, have a team. In my opinion, for a very long time, for about 2 years, I've been always working by myself and going on and off in Forex. Sometimes I'm in it for 3 weeks, then I'm off for 2 months. But I've been on and off in Forex because I wanted to learn and I'll learn and burn instead of learning and earning with a team. So therefore, what happens in the end is I got to the point where I was like, I'm tired of just being the only person that knows how to trade. I'm tired of being the only person that feels like I don't know, that believes in myself because no one knows what I'm doing. No one can really relate. So therefore, that's why I say trade with a team because then you'll know that you're not the only one in this world trying to be the best. There's other people beside you that can, take a load off you, maybe look at a different pair, maybe tell you something that you're not looking at. There's always something that they can help you with that you just don't see, or they may be able to make you think outside the box. So that's what I mean by having a team. And lastly, teach others and then share and give advice. In my opinion, sharing is caring. Like, you got this information for free. So therefore, why not share it with your friends? Why not share it with your family? Why not give them the blessing? Because at the end of the day, whether you trade or not, maybe they want to trade. Maybe this is their dream. Maybe they don't have the money, but they're just trying to find the money. Maybe this can be the program for them that can make everything click faster. So therefore, it's always good to teach, share, give advice because you never know who's going to win it all, and you never know how they're going to feel when they look back and they know that you were the one of the key components to them succeeding. So that's why I say share, share, share. Okay. Um, Story time. Very brief. I already went over pretty much the lessons I've learned, but my specs in regards to the Forex market is I've been on a journey for about 3 years. I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly, and now I'm starting to see some results in the Forex market. And I'm saying that because obviously I've made every mistake in the book. I've blown lots of accounts. I can count on my hands, like maybe three folds. How many times I blew an account. I would say that the benefit of doing that is the fact that I've learned every mistake, so I know what not to do and what to do. But the con is the fact that since I've dedicated so much time into something that can make me money, it takes money to make money. That's the basic conclusion that I got from the Forex market. So therefore, that's why I'm kind of out here, pushing myself, pushing a brand, helping people out because if I can get people to get to this point faster, then instead of just, putting 100% into the Forex market, they're going to find some other type of way of making money to succeed in the Forex market. Three types of technical analysis. So we're actually on a different shift in regards to the presentation. Now we're actually going to go and discuss the three types of analysis. So therefore, there are three essential types of analysis. They're like legs on a bar stool. It's like the major support that's holding you up as a trader. It is the technical analysis, it's the fundamental analysis, and the sentimental analysis. My favorite is particularly the technical analysis, but I will say this. Sentimental is the collection or opinion of where the market will go, and it's based off of just overall ideas in regards to what traders see. So therefore, it's nothing really specific. It's more so I would say, directional bias. So if everyone's saying sell and you're saying buy, there must be something that you're seeing that they're not seeing, or vice versa. So therefore, that's really what a sentimental market is. Maybe you're in a lower time frame and you're looking for a reversal, and they're at a higher time frame and they're looking for a retracement to get in where you're getting out. So at the end of the day, it's literally all about perception when trading a sentimental market. Fundamental is based off of the news and evaluation of the global economy. Basically, this is a great way of looking at the Forex market by analyzing economics, social, political forces, anything that can affect supply and demand in any nature. This is particularly not my favorite because I'm not really into all of the, stocks and bonds and global economies because I really don't care. But it's something that I should know because it's always good to depend on the currency that you're trading against or trading for as an asset. And it's a great resource to determine why and when and where you should place your trades. So the last one is technical, which is a study of price movement via chart analysis. Basically, it's based off of price points. So therefore, price points happen in the market, whether it's yearly, monthly, daily, weekly, hourly, minute, second. Things happen, and the past usually repeats itself in some way or shape or form. Uh, Past support becomes new resistance and vice versa. So therefore, it's always great to, be able to look from a technical aspect where the market is at. So therefore, you can have a more trim entry into the market. So therefore, you don't get any more drawdowns. Okay. Next slide. Demo account advice. So in regards to demo accounts, I've seen this 1,000 times in the last 3 years. Mad people, saying, "Yeah, man, I just made $600 today. If you buy my course, then hey, you can make $600 too. If you make it $600 a day, why are you selling your course? Why are you selling your skills? What's in it for you?" So it's kind of one of those things where it's like it's like a pitfall. Like it's all demo. It's all demo. Everybody's just pushing out big accounts and saying they big baller, but they're really not. So that's because it's all advertised at the end of the day. FXCM, Traders Way, uh, JAFFX, all these brokers, they always advertise the amount of capital that you could put in your account to trade as a demo because they want you to put more. They're encouraging you to put more. But what's realistic? Is $100,000 realistic or $100? And I'm guaranteeing $100 is more realistic than a $100,000 account for 9 out of 10 people watching this video. So therefore, go into your broker and go into the portal, create a new demo account, and then it's going to allow you to modify the dollar amount. Put something that you're willing to put into the market because if you practice what you put in, then when you really put it in, you have that much more success because you have way more confidence because if I have $100, I can make $30 a day. If I have $1,000, I can make $300 a day. So therefore, just use that same concept of just being realistic and be realistic from demo to live because perfect practice makes perfect. Okay? And what's the difference between the state and offshore broker? I understand a lot of people probably say this and say, what's a state and offshore broker? In my opinion, these are just the terms that I say in reference to what's a regulated broker and what's an unregulated broker. But the offshore broker usually have more opportunities for leverage and it has leverage up to 1 to 1,000 and it includes an equity boost. These are for lower accounts. Minimum deposit is about $10. So therefore, you can definitely do some damage in regards to making some money for offshore broker. But I wouldn't recommend putting anything over 20,000 because if you're making gains like that, you should really stick to a regulated broker. So therefore, that if anything ever happens, you're secured. So On to the next. State brokers, they usually have more regulations. They are usually more stable, but they have way more requirements. The requirements for day trading is usually $25,000 for regular regulated state brokers, while in an offshore it's $10. So therefore, if you know this, what's the best option for you? Going offshore or going state? I go offshore first. Once I build about, $100,000 in capital, I'm going to go ahead and switch back to state because I don't really need $10,000 a day. I would like $10,000 a day in profits, but do I really think that my broker from offshore in Cuba is going to give me $10,000 a day? No. There's going to be some type of pitfall, something with the system being wrong, some type of requote. And I mean, offshore brokers are good. I have one that's great. You can always contact me and I'll send you a link. But what I'm trying to say is you never really want to put that much trust into something that you know that isn't regulated. So besides that, what to expect next video? So in the next video, what I'm actually going to go ahead and do is a series of 5-minute videos explaining the basics of chart analysis one by one. So I'm not going to go A to Z in one video. I'm going to go ahead and break it up into steps so therefore you can actually look at it really fast, capture some information, capture some tips, and then get to the next topic. I'm going to put in what I like to use. You can always go ahead and research other topics in regards to indicators that are out there, but there are a lot of indicators. And I'll first, before breaking all the technical analysis tools, tell you the difference between custom indicators, expert advisors, regular indicators, and just regular chart analysis tools. And then I'll break into how you should use it to have a better probability of getting the right trade or getting your profit target. So I would say